Hello and welcome to a game of Dota casted by myself, Gus, and Quane. We're here watching some of our friends from the Secret Forum playing against a random 5-man in Captain's mode. So we're just after coming in now, we're just starting in the bans. So it's going to be first ban to the Dire, which is going to be the Secret Forums.
10 seconds.
So Quane, what are you thinking? Are they going to be running heroes they like? Are they going to try and just completely
5
counter against
seconds.
what comes up against them? Or what's your kind of opinions on this?
Radiant.
It's hard to know. They played a match there that we didn't cast, the most recent match, and they played a very, very heavy push strat, so I don't think we'll see that again. We've got John, the J Meister, who really likes his hard carries, so I expect we won't see anything too early.
And there's obviously the Lich ban out, which is because of since the latest patch he's become ridiculously overpowered against a lot of heroes. His team fight potential is huge, and as well as the fact is that he can just stay in lane denying creeps, makes him just a real first ban, first pick material.
Yeah,
Dire's pick.
Yeah, he's always been good with his with his ult early game and then his frost armor late game, but the changes to the sacrifice where he can get experience, sacrificing creeps means he's just so useful in every lane and he can get experience very quickly. The rest of the bans seem to be following in the typical order: the Lifestealer, the Darkseer, and the OD.
And we see a Crystal Maiden picked up first.
Radiant.
The Crystal Maiden obviously is one of the best utility heroes. She has a great lockdown. Obviously the mana regen is huge, especially for heroes that are very mana dependent. Something like a Sven, she's really just goes so well with him. It can couple up that stun.
Pick.
Yeah, Join Dota actually did a stat thing there recently where they looked at all the heroes being picked since the patch, and Crystal Maiden is actually at the very top. She's the most picked hero since the patch has come out, and that's purely because of her versatility. Doesn't give your lanes away, and she's useful throughout the
Dire's
game.
pick.
Yeah, definitely. I'm taking a look now on the Radiance picks. They've gone for the Bane into a Spirit Breaker. Now, Bane is, in my opinion, I've played him a couple of times. I do enjoy him, but he's one of those heroes that, unless you get the skills right, he's useless. Unless you're taking out the right hero with your Fiend's Grasp and your Nightmare, you're going to cause issue for your teams.
He's got two really good lockdowns in Fiend's Grip and
5
Nightmare,
seconds.
and that's huge. I mean, Nightmare in lane is just so good. Once you pair it with the right heroes, you pair it with a
Reserve
Mirana,
time.
it sets up a perfect Mirana arrow. You set it up with Lina, it sets up a Light Strike array. Stuff like that works really well. And then obviously Enfeeble carries on into the late game, so he's really useful throughout the game.
Definitely. And then looking at the Spirit Breaker, the Spirit Breaker has been changed since the latest patch. His ult is now not just a Hail Mary pass. I can't see a Spirit Breaker Bane lane working in the sense is that if Spirit Breaker charges a Nightmare enemy, he's just going to end up Nightmaring himself, which is going to waste pretty much how Spirit Breaker works. He's just able to lock people down. And they have picked up a Bounty Hunter now here for the Dire. So this is possible that they might be considering of a tri-lane with this Crystal Maiden.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Yeah,
to
the
go.
Crystal Maiden pick and the Bounty Hunter pick hints towards the tri-lane.
5
the Bounty Hunter obviously going to play in the off lane, and he does that so well now with this patch where you can share jungle experience no matter who gets the
Reserve
last hit, so
time.
he can just, if he's having a tough lane, if his opposition are continually pulling the lane, he can just go and run up to the neutral creeps and just sit there and soak up a lot of experience. He doesn't get the gold, but really Bounty Hunter doesn't need gold to be that effective. He just needs medallion, then you can leap the lane at level 7, start roaming and be effective.
And I've noticed a lot of Bounty Hunters, they get locked into this mindset that they need to stay in lane, they need to get their items, and then they need to roam. In my opinion, it's once he gets level 6, that's when he becomes effective.
Yeah, I mean, you've got your ult and track, so not
10
only are you helping your team by
seconds to
ganking,
go.
you're also helping your team by giving everyone track gold.
And that's
And
where
that-
Bounty Hunter, that's where he picks up his gold, it's from track.
Yeah, you can snowball your whole team
Dire's ban.
if you get some good track kills in the early game and mid game.
We see a ban from a Weaver. Now, it's possible they're considering something with this is that they don't want to have to go up against an incredibly annoying hero like Weaver, who is just so good at staying alive and just being an absolute pest the whole way
10
through the game.
seconds to
Possibly
go.
considering is that they don't want him being in a long lane solo. And then we also see the ban out on the
5
Naga.
seconds.
That's more than likely that the Radiant don't want that is because they have something in mind. They have a team fight in mind that they don't want
Reserve
stopped by the Naga ult.
Well, the Naga really hurts Spirit Breaker. She has a net which will hold him in place for a long time, but she also has the song, and so Spirit Breaker will charge across the map. Number one, she's invulnerable to Spirit Breaker pretty much unless cooldowns are off. But number two, she's also really good at coming in and stopping any ganks that are happening. But yeah, and the Weaver ban is totally the Darkseer's banned. The Bounty Hunter's been picked up, so Weaver is really one of the few heroes who are impossible to kill, pretty much impossible to kill in an offlane role. So they want this tri-lane to be effective if they are running a tri-lane, and you don't want heroes that have good escapes like Weaver, like Darkseer, like Bounty.
5 seconds.
Definitely. Let me see the Weaver or the Viper ban out. Of course, as you discussed with this to me
Radiance pick.
quite frequently, is how he's become so strong in his mid role now. Is the fact that he can orb walk so effectively, and he doesn't even need to focus on getting that up because they have reduced the cooldown on his Q spell down to 0.
Yeah, I mean he's just so lethal in the mid now. I mean because he doesn't need to scale, doesn't need to level his orb, he can level his other 2 really powerful skills, which means he can harass well, but not only
10
that, he can't really be
seconds to
harassed
go.
because of Cross's skin. And once he gets his 6,
5
it's almost a
seconds.
guaranteed kill against the opposite mid.
Now, I kind of feel by this ban by the Phantom
Reserve
Lancer, I
time.
kind of feel that is a panic ban. I can't really see why they've decided to ban it out. Based on the lineup at the moment, based on what they have on the opposition, I can't see a Phantom Lancer really fitting in with what they have at the moment.
Yeah, I don't think they've identified that
Dyer's
I don't think they
pick.
think it's going to be a tri-lane, because you wouldn't really put a Phantom Lancer in the tri-lane. I'd be more worried about banning, say, like a Juggernaut or a Lifestealer or a Kunkka or an Alchemist or something like that. Yeah, so I don't really get the Phantom Lancer ban.
From past experience, we do all know our Dodge Master, and we kind of have a feeling if they're running a tri-lane here, that's possible that Shadow Shaman is going to be running mid, that they might have an Alchemist coming up here.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see an Alchemist or a Kunkka coming up, and then another Stunner to support the tri-lane. I really like the Shadow Shaman pick. He's a really strong mid. I don't think he gets played there nearly enough. I think he gets put into a support role. Now, it would be ironic if they did put this guy into a support role, but I think he gets put into a support role far too often because of his lockdowns.
10
But really, if you put him
seconds
mid,
to go.
we're going to see you know, a really
Dyer's
quick
pick.
Serpent Ward. His Ether Shock is really powerful in the early game.
And there's the Alchemists.
Radiance ban.
Taking a look down at the picks now that's after coming down for the Radiant side, they've picked up a Luna and a Night Stalker, so more than likely they're going to be running that Luna in a safe lane with the Bane, with a Night Stalker mid. The Spirit Breaker will be top of some form of support now.
Ban.
I imagine they're going to pick, it's going to be a 2-1-2 for the Radiant.
Whereas I'm really strongly feeling that this is going to be a tri lane. We're possibly going to see something like a Lena or Avenge.
Should see
something
2
with
more
a,
supports being picked up here now, yeah. After the bans.
10
Puck,
seconds
really
to
weird ban
go.
again. Oh, maybe they think the Shadow Shaman is running as a support, which, I mean, he could well do that. And they think he's going to run as a support, so you're going to ban him mid.
Reserve time.
The Radiance team looks to be very gank heavy. Obviously Bane is a great roamer with his lockdowns. Night Stalker, we all know what he can do. Spirit Breaker has a cross map charge, and Luna also, once she gets Eclipse up, doesn't matter really what item she has, she can do a lot of damage with Eclipse.
Definitely. But the only problem is looking at this Radiant team is that they're very mid to early late game orientated, whereas you take a look at the Dire team, is they're very late game, mid to late game. And a Storm Spirit. This is a strange pickup. So they're going to lane possibly this Night Stalker. It's a strange pick on their hand.
I really don't know what their lane's going to be now.
Unless they consider running a support Storm Spirit, which unfortunately is not a thing.
No, you can't really run a support Storm Spirit. I mean, he's so mana dependent for a ball like me. You really need some items up on him so we can use that to full effect.
5
I think Dire are kind of laughing themselves here at the moment. They can pick whatever they want, but the Silencer is a strange pick in the sense
so I
that
think we're probably going to see a Shadow Shaman support now, and Silencer mid.
I think they made the right decision here. They can safely tri lane. They have great lockdown. They have great maintaining the lockdown with the using the Hex. They have the Shackles. They have the Frostbite, and then they also have the Alchemist Stun.
Yeah, I think Silencer is a nice pick. It's a good get out of jail card, and they're going to need that with this lineup. I mean, the Storm Spirit I don't think was a great pickup, but if you look at the lineup, I was saying before how they're gank heavy. You add a Storm Spirit to that, and it's even more gank heavy. He's another hero that can quickly transition across the map and lock down.
Yeah, definitely. So there's a bit of time now while they're paused. They're taking no time to go at each other's throats.
It's a greedy pickup. It's a greedy lineup rather for the Radiant. They have a lot of heroes there who need items. I mean, Luna obviously carry. She has her Eclipse, but apart from that, she needs items. Spirit Breaker, he's not going to do much ganking without some kind of half big item like maybe a Mask of Banus or an Armlet or something around that. Night Stalker, he does quite a lot in the early game. His Void is extremely powerful, especially at night. But as the game transitions, he wants to pick up stuff like Aghanums, like maybe an Armlet, and also Storm Spirit as well, who needs either an Orchid, a Bloodstone, or a Scythe of Ice really to keep that mana pool up and to be a proper ganking hero.
Definitely. Now, I can't say this because I can't see what the Radiant team are like, but I get the feeling that they are possibly 3 or 4 people playing together and one random person. It's possibly just from this is that I feel that Storm it's such a greedy pick and it doesn't fit in with what they're going for. It kind of shows the strengths and weaknesses of the captain's mode is that unless you're playing as 5, you're going to run into issues. You're going to run into people who are greedy in their picks, or they only want to play heroes that they want to play, and it can cause huge issues like this. So I'm not sure what way this is going to turn out. It's quite possible that the Dire, they mightn't necessarily execute it properly. They could fall into issues. There is, as you say, there's so much gank potential, even early game on this Radiant side, but they need to take that, they need to capitalize it, and they need to push from that.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's what this pick has done now, as it's put the game in the hands of the Dire. So it's up to them now to exploit the heroes that aren't as effective in the early game. So they're going to have a Maiden, they're going to have a Shaman. No, I think in the early game you're probably going to see some passive fighting. I mean, none of these heroes are really going to do that much stuff in the early game. You really only have a Crystal Maiden. But then, as the game progresses into, once people start picking up their ultis, once we see like 10 minutes, once we see the bounty hunter picking up his track and go roaming, then hopefully we're going to see some kills coming out from the Dire.
Okay, so taking a look at this Radiant side, what we have coming up here is Doomguy on the Spirit Breaker with Kiko KD on the Night Stalker. The Monkey is playing this Luna, and running mid at the moment is You Want Kill, 9 No Kill is the Storm Spirit. This leaves us with Peter Pan at the very bottom, sitting here in his fountain on the Bane.
Okay, and for the Dire, you're going to have Chaos Articles on the Bounty Hunter, who looks to be going offlane. In mid, you have Larendor on the Silencer, and then we're going to have a tri-lane top with Chernobyl Kinsman as the Crystal Maiden, the J-Meister as Alchemist, and BBC Football Expert as Shadow Shaman.
Now, if you bear me just 1 minute, I'm having some technical issues here.
Battle will commence in 30 seconds.
Growing pains.
There we go, that sorted that out. I have my key bindings constantly seem to change, and every time I push my push to talk button, it pulls up the scoreboard, which is quite annoying. So, as predicted for the Dire team, they are going what we kind of predicted. Taking a look more down at the Radiant side, I still feel that Storm Spirit was a greedy last pick.
Battle
Night Stalker
starts in
excels
3,
in the mid.
2, 1.
And
We
they're
are
running
going
a
to
tri-lane.
have a lot of fun up top. I really well. The Bane looks to be moving now.
Your
He might
funeral.
be dropped. I really hope that they play an aggressive tri-lane. I don't think it works, the aggressive tri-lane. You have no real lockdown for these heroes. You have a Nightmare, but that's not going to do anything for a Spirit Breaker or a Luna, and it's not a setup for them. But the Bane seems okay. Well, we might see a gank. No, he's just going to warden it.
Yeah, exactly. And Luna is a great hero. She is one of my favorite heroes, one of my preferred heroes. But the only problem is in this off lane, she's going to have so much trouble. Like this,
Okay,
look,
we're going to see
they're
engagement
already
here.
gone.
They picked
This
out
is,
the Bane.
this is a death. Just gone straight away. And this is what we're going to see constantly, over and over. Oh, and the Bane goes the wrong way. That's the first blood right there to the Dire. This is exactly what we're going to say. They have so much lockdown. That was 3 stuns executed perfectly, and it's just stopped that Bane. He can't get away.
That's a big pickup for them as well with this lineup, because this lineup shouldn't be getting kills at level 1. You have 1 stun. Well, you have 2 stuns, but the Shackles really don't do that. Aren't really going to be that useful. I mean, you have 2 heroes who are just going to be right-clicking during them. We're going to see this again.
And this is the way it's going to go constantly. And we have follow, if we had level 2 frostbite, this would have been a kill.
See, this is my point here. This is why they were kind of lucky to get that pick off in the Bane. They don't have the damage, even though they do have the lockdown. They don't have the damage to follow it up, and I think they're realizing that now.
They went incredibly greedy there. So this is possibly, if we only really had level 2 up on this.
Well, that's what they need. Yeah, they need a level 2 before they beat this aggressive, and I think they've just gone and wasted a lot of their mana pool here. They should have taken the Bane, realized that okay, we got lucky there with the Bane being so out of position, got level 2, and then when you get level 2, you've got some stuff. You got your Ether Shock, which is a lot of damage. You got your Frostbite, which will add to the stun. But really, it's the Ether Shock is the key to this. They just need a little bit more damage, and that'll do it for them.
Now, taking just a quick look at the last hits, the Night Stalker is actually doing quite well down here against Chaos Articles on the Bounty Hunter. You can even see he picked up early wards. He knew exactly what he was going to have to deal with and what he needed to do. Now, this isn't a terrible lane. Night Stalker is very strong against the Bounty Hunter. The Bounty Hunter has a great escape, but with that ward, it essentially means that he has to be so careful when he's in this area.
Yeah, and the Night Stalker doesn't need to go on the Bounty Hunter here. Okay, but he's just given away that he has a sentry ward, which maybe is a bit of a mistake. I'm going to see an engagement on top again. No, they're going to pull back. But yeah, the Night Stalker doesn't need to go on the Bounty Hunter here. The Night Stalker just needs to focus on getting levels and getting gold. And then hopefully by night time he'll have maybe level 4, possibly level 5 under his belt, and a decent item, whether that's a boots or an urn or something to help him go ganking. Then when he gets night time, he can go on the Bounty Hunter. But right now we should just focus on last hitting.
Just after that, the second attempt there to kill, and which actually led to a death for the Dire, I get the feeling they're going to be hesitant. They're going to be sitting back. Looking at the last hits again anyway, is that our Alchemist here is 4-0 against the Luna, which is 4-1. The Dire, Radiant are kind of, they're top of the last hits at the moment with the Night Stalker far out ahead with 17-1. They're going to be taking it easy. They're going to want to wait, I think, till level 3 on that Crystal Maiden, so they have the regen going, so they can maintain these stuns.
Storm Spirit here now is rotating top. I think he might be trying to pick off the bounty. Oh, well, we're going to see a death here.
Yeah.
Bounty Hunter there got far too aggressive, and he was caught completely on the wrong side against the Night Stalker. I have no idea why you would want to be on that side.
Especially which he did spot that ward was there. He should have known that he has to be careful. And that's going to help this Night Stalker. There's the first night. So
we're going to see an engagement up here top. Shackles on the Bane, following stun. They've caught the Spear Breaker, but they're taking different targets here.
They had a kill. They had a complete kill lockdown.
To get out of here.
And that's what happens. They do have great potential to actually do damage if you get the engagement wrong.
Yeah,
and that's after turning the lane right towards the Radiant for that.
They got the engagement completely wrong in that, and Larendor now is silencer mid. He's taking some damage,
but he's okay. Now,
but that was the story there.
Yeah, we discussed how greedy these guys are going to be, and at the moment it is paying off.
Alchemist popped his ults. If he gets okay, well, he's in big trouble here now. He's just stunned himself.
Oh, okay, and the Luna backed out.
Missing middle.
This Night Stalker is very low, but I think he has the confidence now after that kill that he knows he can contend with this Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, and
especially with fresh ward right there. He's well on top of his game here.
Bounty Hunter is going to turn here. I think this is very aggressive from Bounty Hunter. This is a Night Stalker at night time.
He doesn't have the damage.
No.
Even if he goes in now, he runs the risk of losing this.
If he turns and voids the Bounty Hunter here, it's going to do so much damage. I don't think he needs to be this scared.
I think people get this mentality in their head when they get a kill, when they're on a lane like this, where they're 1v1, they don't want to take the risks. It's very hard to get out of that when you know you're confident in your hero, especially someone like a Night Stalker who does have that ability. He has a great nuke in the void, that they're afraid to engage. Now here,
okay, we're going to see a charge here, and then this is the void here. Yeah, he's gonna die for this. No follow up.
Doesn't matter. It's coming in.
This is crazy play here with the Night Stalker. He's staying around till last hit creeps.
The Night Stalker,
the Spear Breaker charge.
Yeah, Spear Breaker is going to get him. I'm pretty sure that should be enough damage, and he's going to come right back out into that.
Yeah,
and this is a great read by the Spear Breaker.
Oh, he's away from the sentry. It's good.
He's very lucky there. Looking up top, that's a kill on the Luna.
That's really, really good. They noticed that the Spear Breaker was gone from lane, and they took advantage of that. It's good play, good awareness by the Dark.
Taking a look at the mid, I feel that this Silencer should be able to do a lot more against the Storm Spirit, but I feel he's being very passive. And there's, you know, there's a charge in as well. This is possibly going to be mid on this Silencer, a death on this Silencer mid. As long as they're communicating, as this Storm Spirit goes in, he knows they can take it.
Yeah.
That should be a death.
Good global silence, but it's not going to
Yeah,
be.
no. TP's
TP
in,
coming in.
should be able to do something.
Ah, yes, it's good TP with
Over here
mid.
now.
Storm will have enough mana to get out there.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege.
The only thing he's chased very deep. Yeah, at least he got the kill. That's what he needed, and he got the track kill as well, which is going to pull him right back into this game.
That was a great TP by the Bounty Hunter. I think when heroes dive you, especially this early on, they kind of don't take into account how much damage that the tower can actually do. And you saw there, Spirit Breaker pretty much melted under that tower, leaving Bounty to clean up a Storm Spirit on his own.
You need to punish it. That's what the tower is there for. And this is
Timer's going to go
very
off here now.
dangerous here. The only problem is they don't really have anything to follow it up with.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. There's the Bane isn't good to set up anything really.
And we're possibly going to see a charge here. Oh, see, this is what's going to happen time and time again. Oh, and this is huge mistakes.
Yeah, the Storm Spirit, I think in fairness to that, the Storm Spirit rotated well there. And he's going to get a kill for it.
Yeah.
I don't think the Jane Meister knew that was coming. That's a good rotation
Dire's
for the Storm
bottom
Spirit.
tower is being attacked.
I can't see why this courier is sitting here. It's pretty risky.
Oh, there's going to
Dire's
see a courier go
bottom
down.
tower is under attack.
Good pick off by
Radiant's courier
Bounty
Hunter.
has been callously murdered.
Yeah, he should be fine here. He can.
yeah, he's got silence and it's
Oh, now it's time to turn. Make it happen. He doesn't
Void is
realize
so
that it's
powerful.
there. He needs to get out of there. He doesn't realize that it's there. That sentry ward will be the
Void's
death
up
of
in
him.
1 second. That's going to end him.
Yeah. He didn't realize that that ward was there. He thought he was safe, that he could
Engagement on
just
top
stick
of
his shadows.
shadows. Right.
That's the end.
Yeah, the
This-
shot's going to take it.
this
Oh,
lane
good
is
turn and tag
tit
out.
for
That's a
tat.
good nightmare though.
And this Crystal Maiden is very out of position, but they've over-engaged. They should have been out of there. And that Spirit Breaker going to go down.
Yeah. I think they probably would have been dead anyway with the positioning of the Crystal Maiden and the... Oh, Storm Spirit's going to go on Crystal Maiden here. The damage he's putting out against her.
And there's nothing that's... Well, the only problem is now he has... And that's great wraparound from that Bane. That's going to be a self-stun. That's probably going to be John.
No, he's fine.
So just taking a quick look at the XP graph at the moment, the Radiant are far away ahead. They're now nearly 2,500 experience ahead. Taking a look at the
Yeah.
golds, it's the exact same story. Now,
The
we
Night
all...
Stalker, the Night Stalker really, throughout that whole night time, he just stayed bot and started farming. So I'd say he's putting up quite a lot of that. He's down 49 last hits, and he's got his helm with the Dominator. I mean, this is some Night Stalkers will choose to do it. That the night time now is a bit too early, so they kind of just stay farming for the first night time, get some good items, and then it's all about the second night.
And now we might see an engagement here mid. This is going to be a charge in from the Spirit Breaker, but
He needs to pull out of this.
He needs to
Dire's
pull out.
bottom tower
This
is
they
under
cannot
Gonna die.
dive.
Oh, whoa, Silencer got fired. No.
Yeah.
Murder
And the
spree.
Storm Spirit can just toggle out. He's fine.
I mean, he didn't know that the Spirit Breaker was coming there, but the Silencer, I mean, what's he going to do against the Luna with Eclipse
Exactly.
and the Storm Spirit? I mean, Bounty Hunter was there for a follow-up, but they're not going to do anything there. He just got way out of position and got
Dire
punished for
has
it.
fortified its structures.
Now, as we all know about Alchemist, he
Dire's
is one of the
middle
best
tower
heroes
is under
to come back
siege.
into the game. At the moment, all he has open is his phase boots. Taking a look at kind of the carries on the other lanes, we have Threads up on the Luna, which it kind of... Pre this patch, she would always build Tranquils because she was so squishy.
Bounty Hunter's going to get died on here, mate, sorry.
I think they're
Got
after...
the dust off.
Yeah.
Here's
There's
Spirit
the
Breaker.
TP.
This
The
is...
Spirit Breaker's diving way too deep.
Yeah, this seems to be a trend for him. They're going to get the kill off the Bounty Hunter, but they should be able
Oh,
to
he's
clear off.
away!
Oh, it's a good turn.
Bounty Hunter stays. That was a track kill. That's perfect TP in.
Yeah, the Crystal Maiden there, played by Chernobyl Kinston, is a great TP. That saved his
Now
life.
this Dodge Meister has to be careful up top. This is possibly going to be an Eclipse to kill.
Yeah, they've got an Eclipse. There's no
he's gone.
TPs coming
He's gone.
up.
Yeah. Now this DD rune has been sitting here for quite a while. That's one of the big things about mids, especially the Storm Spirit. He has the ability to just pop left, right, and center.
Dire's
Yeah,
bottom tower
I
is
think
being
that's
attacked.
really been the story of the Radiant so far.
Radiant has fortified
They're
its
switching their
structures.
lanes constantly. everyone is ganking. I mean, ironically, except for the Night Stalker. I mean, at the moment he is the only hero. We're going to see Bounty Hunter now come out and Luna. I don't think he has the damage to do this.
Especially she can turn, she can live. She had a full wand there. She should be fine.
Yeah.
And if, yeah, he's fine. He's pulled out. He did pull out at the perfect time.
We're going to see bot by
yeah.
the rune. Yeah.
Oh, if he can get
Pretty
in
good
here, I'm afraid he's gone.
The level wasn't high enough.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege.
And this is a big dive from the Night Stalker. He's possibly going to get caught out. And that's a kill. That's a big kill for Larendor.
Yeah.
But again, he's got way out of position.
He should have spotted that out.
He was away. He was sitting pretty with that kill.
Yeah, I mean,
and that's
he
a
saw
rotation.
the
Oh, that's a big rotation in from that
It's not
Kinsman.
going to save him this time, and he could be in trouble here. We're going to see another TP here. But I mean, Larendor there should have known. We saw this the Shadow Shaman get ganked by the rune. So he should have known they were going to come, but we're going to see the Spirit Breaker die here.
Yeah, this is brilliant. Brilliant pickup. And a Hex followed up by a stun. I feel that stun was too premature.
Don't think they're going to have the damage here.
He's gone.
He's going to be able to get out.
Whoa, what I
Dire's middle tower is being
And
attacked.
John again with the stun.
And a haste rune on the storm is going to make him pretty much able to get anywhere he wants. Now Luna's up here waiting to try and secure a kill. I don't know. Oh, with the Fiend's Grasp. Perfect. That is a
And
dead
the dust.
Bounty Hunter.
I mean,
And there we go. Oh,
the-
he's away.
I
That's-
think Luna thought
Oh, is the Night Stalker gonna
Glaive
get in
would
here?
kill him. Yeah,
Should be
that's a
away.
good kill. Dust is gone though. He can just invis. I think the Luna there thought that glaive would do it because they could have easily have dove that tower.
Yeah, definitely. All she needed was one more
Dire's
Lucent
top
Beam and that was
tower
him
is under
gone.
siege.
Gonna see rotation up here
Radiant's
now.
bottom
Shadow Shaman
tower
might
is
catch it
under
debate. No.
siege.
But having the Luna carry the dust is
Dire's
just
top
this is
tower is
the
under
kind of the
attack.
way that the Radiant are playing. They're just spending everyone ganking. Everyone really except for the Night Stalker. Everyone's just going around
Dire's
getting
top
kills.
tower
You're
is-
not really
Dire's
bothered
top tower
to
has
farm.
fallen.
The kills are more important for the farm for them.
Now the only problem when we look on the Dire side, they're not getting the kills. They're not really getting the farm now at this stage.
No.
It's going to go wrong quickly for a long time.
Yeah,
And
they've
this
completely
John is
shut down the
completely out of
Alchemist there.
position. And oh, they could turn this.
Yeah,
There's the
it's a good
Bane.
turn. They're just going to pick off the Bane though. I think everyone else is going to
That's,
get away.
those wards were possibly a bit too premature.
Yeah, I think
I get the
they're-
feeling that that BBC football expert was going for a trap.
Dire's
Had he got it
bottom
off, it
tower
would have been
is
brilliant.
being
But
attacked.
at the same time, you can't be hesitant with your ults. You need to get them out. You need to secure the kills. That's how they're going to pull themselves back into this game.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege.
The only problem is now is there's another tower gone,
Dire's bottom
and
tower has
Dire
fallen.
they're nowhere near pushing a tower.
J Meister here now is being caught again by the Storm Spirit, and the Night Stalker's there.
And
She's
this
gonna
nice,
see charge come
that's
in.
a dead. And this Larendor, he's had such an unlucky game. He keeps putting himself out of position.
Yeah, although they might now.
That's the Spirit Breaker pulled out of this charge. Had he stayed, they would have got that kill.
They're spending so many heroes, and we must see the Bane go down here. We're going to see a initiation by the Bounty Hunter. I think maybe he could have waited a bit longer.
Oh, that's at least that's
Really
someone
bad
gone down. Is
position
it?
from this Great Nightmare.
Just
Just
not
going to go down. Not sure what Spirit Breaker was thinking there coming through the river. He knew there were like 5 heroes there. He definitely should have just backed off and gone back the other way.
Dire's
The only problem
bottom
now is I can
tower
feel
is
it with this
being
Bane at the
attacked.
moment. You can kind of see he's feeling he's kind of in desperation. He doesn't really know what to do with himself. He got a great Fiend's
Dire's
grasp,
bottom
grasp
tower
up
is
top,
under
but
attack.
at the moment he's kind of just roaming around. He's just a target.
Yeah, I think he just needs to follow his teammates around. I mean, his teammates are getting off great ganks. The
Dire's
Spirit
bottom
Breaker
tower
maybe
is
is a bit
being
too
attacked.
ballsy, but he's getting ganks off. The Storm Spirit's doing very well, and the Luna is doing really, really well. So he just needs to follow them and just follow up their initiations, because he's really, really useful now that he has his ult. Going to see charge here now in the Alchemist
Yeah,
again.
this is going to be a lockdown. They've no way of knowing.
This is crazy from the Dire. They know that the Alchemist is being picked on here, but then there's no protection on
He's
him
stuck to
whatsoever.
that. That's going to be a big kill. This game is slowly but surely it is getting away from these guys. They need to focus up. They know what's happening. They know the Alchemist is their carry. He needs to be protected. I don't know.
Yeah, we might see
Staying
the
around
Shadow
it,
Shaman get caught here. I think they need to back out here. They don't have the heroes to follow this up.
We're going to see Nightmare on the Bane,
Here I am.
and that's a bad engagement. And the Storm Spirit, we said this is a greedy pick, but he's doing exactly what he has to be doing. He's zipping around, he's doing the damage, he's slowing them, he's keeping them in place.
Might
Now,
see this
either
Spirit
shock-
Breaker.
there we go.
Yeah, Shock's gonna do it. Oh, and the Bane might get caught out here as well. He's hanging around. No mana on the Storm on the Shadow Shaman though, but here comes
and here we go.
The J-Meister with the stun.
That's what he needs. He needs this kill. Oh, I don't know.
Although
he wasted it.
Nightmare, and now he's a sitting duck for Night Stalker and Storm Spirit.
Radiant's bottom tower is being attacked.
In the meantime, we have Luna just going back into farm.
We're winning.
He's gonna go down again.
Taking a look, we're going to take a look at the experience now at the moment and see how it's kind of going. But as I feel, it's pushing up into 8,000 difference for the Radiant. Looking at gold, it's the same.
I think what's really killing the Dire right now is I can see what they're trying to do. They're trying to just occupy them going around as a 4 and letting the Alchemist be on his own and trying to do some farm, but they're not taking into account the mobility of this team. Storm Spirit and Spirit Breaker are so fast, and Night Stalker as well.
Night Stalker's in, and this is a death on the Silencer again.
That's a good frostbite. I might save it here to Storm Spirit though. It's going to kill.
And here we go.
Eclipse going to take down the bounty hunter.
And these two supports should not be here.
Good take
That's a big kill.
Jay isn't finished here, but I don't think he's much he can do. No,
He's back in. Smart move. The only problem is we have a Spirit Breaker who's stuck in the trees here, so he has to wait for his cooldown. The Bane is sitting up here, and it's 2 against 4.
He's going to pop the stun again. He's going to try and get the Storm Spirit. He's going to get it off. Kill here.
Is he going to have the damage to follow it up?
And he doesn't have his ults. And he's going to get charged on
initiation.
Here. Oh, good pick up with the haste.
Oh.
He's going to die again.
Yeah, it's the story of this game, and now being blocked by
Kinson's
the Kinsman.
blocking him, but he's going to get away.
It's a good split.
But
they can possibly turn this here if they come in and initiate correctly.
You need to question there the J-Meister's decision making, because he knew the Spirit Breaker wasn't around. He knew the Bane wasn't around. They're not going to be too far away from their Storm Spirit, who's running away on half health, especially the Spirit Breaker, who has a charge. And he was very lucky there to pick up the haste rune of all runes and get out.
That's a GG on the Spirit Breaker. Taking a look at kind of the items we have up in this Alchemist, all he has is his Phase, a Wand, and a Gloves of Haste. So, my question to you is he considering a Midas? Does he feel that he needs a Midas to get back into this game?
I don't think so, no. Midas is far too late. You need some...
It's a good pickup.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
It looks like he will go Midas. I'm not sure how long he's had that glove of haste. We're going to see an Orchid now picked up in the Storm Spirit, and this is just going to make things go bad for worse.
That's a big item.
Yeah, I mean, he's being so effective ganking already. With the Orchid, he's going to be twice as potent.
Dire's middle tower
And heroes like Crystal Maiden, Silencer, and Shadow Shaman are going to go down so fast.
And taking a look at the net worth at the moment, the top 4 heroes' net worth
Dire's
are
bottom
But
tower is under siege.
they're doing it again. Sorry to cut through there, but they've completely left the Alchemist alone. I don't get it. I mean, this is time and time again. It's shown that the Radiant are really obsessed with shutting down the Alchemist. Anytime he's with creeps, we see the Spirit Breaker charge, we see the Storm Spirit rotate, and he dies. I don't understand.
This is possibly going to be a death.
Trust me.
And
I'm
the
a
Night Stalker's pulling out,
supercomputer
which is
and
the
I
smart
barely
decision.
understand what's happening. Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Like, at the moment, looking at the heroes that we have on the Radiant, we were so confident in their...
That's crazy.
That's
Sorry, Bounty Hunter. He went too far, too close to the tower. He was seen by the tower, and then Bane just picked him up with his ult. Easy kill.
Yeah. And we have a charge in here from the Spirit Breaker now. Who is he going on? He's taking out that Larendor again on the Silencer. Now, unless he gets stopped...
quicker and gets the frostbite.
Oh, when he gets us. But they're out of position.
Get out of That's a great trap.
That's a great ward, yeah.
They could clean up here. Good silence.
Do they have the damage? They need to focus it down on that.
Here comes John now. He's going to get the stun off from the Luna. The Night Stalker is going to take off the Shadow Shaman. But
That's
the Night Stalker is going to go down here. So.
Is he? He seems like he might be away.
John has his ult in 5 seconds, and he has phase boots open too. Yeah, he should be able to turn this. It's a good silence. I think he knew that was coming.
We do have the wraparound here coming from the Radiance. This Night Stalker is very strong.
Night Stalker there. Oh, here comes the Storm Spirit.
Look what he's doing.
This is a bit ballsy. John needs to get that stun off quickly.
He got us. They need something. They need something to follow this up. He doesn't have the damage, and he's gone.
Oh, he just gets away. Probably going to see the Bane go down here, but the Luna's trying him from behind. Luna has Eclipse up. She's going to pop it. Larendor is going to melt, but it's just going to hit the Silencer.
Larendor's fine. He should be able to turn something out on that Luna. He needs to get out of there.
Not up now,
He
but
needs to leave. And that's the Larendor is gone. This is going to be a follow-on to the Kinsman from the Spirit Breaker. He pulled out.
Crazy by Storm Spirit. He doesn't have the mana to get away here. So Stun's going to go out.
They need to follow this up, and that's a brilliant pickup. Now, I've noticed this Spirit Breaker, he has an awful tendency pulling out of his charges. He had the charge on Larendor there on the Silencer, but it pulled onto the Kinsman on his Crystal Maiden, and he would have taken that Crystal Maiden, but he pulled out, and he let the Storm Spirit die. Could he have turned it a bit?
The Luna, I think the Luna really missed a trick there. She eclipsed far too early, and it only hit one hero. There was a lot of time for her there, and she could have coordinated better with the Spirit Breaker, saying, listen, I'm going to pop Eclipse soon, you come in and we'll hit them at the same time. And there were a lot of heroes on very, very low health there, so Eclipse would have melted them.
That's only after slightly tipping the favour back towards the Dire, but it's slight. It's bringing it back down to 12,000 experience in the difference, and then the gold, it's about 10,000 the difference. They have a huge upward hill battle against them now.
I think the biggest concern here for the Dire is just how underfarmed the Alchemist is. We're going to see an engagement here in the jungle again.
That's a good pickup. And the Spirit Breaker charging in where there's wards.
Oh, the stun went just too early.
Yeah, this is a crazy mistake. And this is what they need. This is what they need. They need to get pickups. They need to get this gold going their way. Now this Night Stalker can easily take someone out here.
He would be absolutely crazy to go in here. He's looking towards separate. No, he's going to pull back. It would be an insane engagement.
Now, when we take a look kind of at the board at the moment, we see that all the tier 1s are down for the Dire. But if you take a look at the Radiant, all their towers are up. Now, I kind of look at this as a flip side. It's bad in the sense is that you're not getting any progression towards the actual throne, which is what that matters. But that's a lot of gold ready to go towards the way of the Dire. And it's only a matter before they're going to be able to push that with ease. We have the Shadow Salmon who's now very confident putting out his Mass Serpent wards. It's just a matter of getting him beside one and it's gone.
Going to see a charge here in the bounty now. He's in trouble.
Does the Spirit Breaker have? Picked off. He has no dust.
There should be an Orchid going up in the bounty here. That will stop him going silent. Going invis rather. No, the Orchid doesn't come out.
Too late. The only problem is, will the charge be enough? Is it going to keep him in position? That's an observer.
The ward goes down, but it's not
strange. And is he safe? He should be fine.
He's fine, yeah. That's really bad mismanagement
this Bane
there
possibly,
by the Storm Spirit.
This Bane possibly, they're going to be caught out of position.
Oh,
that's a big pull in.
What are you doing? Insane by the Bounty Hunter there. Came out of invis and then just got blown up by the Spirit Breaker rope.
Yeah, Storm picked up this item for a reason. It's hugely effective on him, and the fact that he didn't silence that Bounty Hunter, that caused that chase. If he had just simply auto-attacked, he could have put up a static Remnant and then silenced. That Bounty Hunter was gone. Even before that Spirit Breaker came in.
Yeah, the silence would have definitely killed off the Bounty Hunter there, and he had a long time to do it. He came in, he vortexed, and then it just didn't come out.
Unfortunately, we actually missed it though. But during that little melee down there, the Dire Courier actually did go down. The poor Llama, the mythical courier.
Yeah, that was picked off by the Storm Spirit, who went and got the courier and then went back and got the Bounty Hunter.
So taking a look at this, Luna just come up there. She has got her BKB. Now, personally, I'm not 100% with this. Fair enough against the team they're going up against, but they have so much potential in their team is that she's there to deal damage. She needs to have the damage up. This is going to delay that damage. They have the Spirit Breaker for stuns, they have the Storm Spirit, they have the Bane. If Bane gets the key heroes, if he nightmares the Alchemist, if he Fiend's Grasp one of the supports, Luna can come in and just clean house. And I just feel that the Black King Bar isn't necessarily the right choice right now.
No, I think if I were Luna, I think we're going to see a
there's a break. That's a great capture. This is 2 kills going their way.
Has been really catching these guys nicely in this sports. It's a great kill. I think before we go to the BKB, I think the Radiant need to stop being so cocky. They need to stop ganking with just 2 people into unknown territory. It's getting them killed, and they're so far ahead that the kills are feeding these guys massively. But going back to the BKB and the Luna, I think it's a good pickup. They know their team is ahead. They know that they've got damage coming out from the Spirit Breaker, from the Night Stalker, from the Storm Spirit. And she's a very, very squishy hero, and the Dire have quite a lot of heroes with magic, so it neuters a lot of stuff the Shaman will do. It neuters the stun coming out from the Alchemist. I think it's a good pickup. There will be time for her to pick up more damage focus items.
I'm just going to keep up the difference in gold here. We're going to see some towers are going to go down, and we're going to see how it goes back towards the favour of
Radiant's middle tower has
the
fallen.
Dire. Which is still, they're down. They were. That's after going. It's just after leveling out at 8,000 ahead for the Radiant. It's slowly pulling back towards them.
Yeah, they've done really well to pull it back. They're starting to 5-man a lot more, so I think it's becoming a lot more difficult for the Radiant to get solo ganks, and I don't think they're handling it well. They're still trying to gank as normal. Like right now, look at this. Spear Breaker is charging.
They don't know.
A silencer, and there are 5 heroes there. So Storm Spirit is charging into 5 heroes, and he's going to pull out of this one.
That's the smart move.
Okay, Knight's coming up now. I think it's the
We
Dire
could
needs to get
see
a little bit worried here.
big
Yeah, we're
juice
going
here.
to see it.
They're pulling it. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think they saw the Knight come in. They said, right,
Radiant's bottom tower
time to
is
get out of
under
here.
siege.
That's a smart move. The John is straight up top. He's straight back to farming. That's what he needs to do. And we did see he went Maelstrom first, I believe. I think he decided to go for this because he needs to increase his farm potential.
Yeah.
Taking a look, he's slowly pulling it. He's now 4th on the net worth. He is quite far behind. Followed next by the Storm Spirit on 8,500, and then the Luna and the Night Stalker have been farming so well. They're both on 10,000 net worth. Taking a look at the last hits, kind of the area at the moment is it's dominated. It's tied at the moment by the Luna and the Night Stalker at 121 versus the 72 of the Alchemist.
Kinsman needs to be really careful of positioning here. I mean,
And he's
that's
gone.
absolutely crazy. I mean,
Oh, and a great ward.
it's a really good ward, but now they're going to get picked off here. I think they need to back up here.
And there's the
They're
Luna
gonna
ult. And that, unfortunately, Kinsman that the ult was wasted by him because, as you say, I'm more than happy to eat my humble pie here because of that BKB.
I think I really don't think.
And
I
this
mean,
is madness. If this is their career, no, we're okay.
yeah, the BKB helped there, but I think the Crystal Maiden is going to melt anyway.
Dire's
But I think
bottom tower
that's a
is
really
being
good
attacked.
example there
Dire's
of
structures
just
have been fortified.
when you need to make that decision to just let a hero die. Kinsman got out of position, especially against this
Dire's
team. He
bottom
got
tower
caught,
is under attack.
but the whole team tried to save him, and because of that, they lost 3 heroes where they just could have just lost a Crystal Maiden. John's going to get picked off here.
That's a big pickup.
The Dire just aren't coping with the
Oh, and the John is away.
maneuverability here of the Radiant.
They're
Dire's bottom barracks
they're
is
being
under
far
attack.
too aggressive. They know how quickly that this Radiant team can cover ground, that they can lock them down. If you're even slightly out of position, they're going to jump on you.
Yeah,
We
I mean, we saw there.
the Desolator now and the Bounty Hunter.
Radiant's
It's pretty
middle
late,
tower is under
but I do feel this
siege.
is going to have an impact. It's going to make his when he comes out of his Shadow Walk and he hits his Janata, it's going to do so much more damage. It's going to do, especially against that Bane, against that Luna, it's going to do big damage.
Yeah, I mean, the Desolator reduces the armor by 7, and if you check the other heroes, that's going to bring most of the armor down to the other heroes to 1 or 2. I mean, Night Stalker is really the only hero with a lot of armor in 16, so it's really going to negate all of the armor of the enemy team, which is obviously ideal.
Now, taking a look at this Night Stalker, I think he's considering Rapier. Look at his items.
Really?
Look at his gold. I think this, if he does it, I get the feeling that he runs the risk of losing them this game.
Yeah, that's an absolutely crazy pickup, especially on a Night Stalker. But yeah, his goal is quite high.
The only thing I can possibly consider is he wants to try and go straight Daedalus, but I don't know why he wouldn't have gone the Chrysalis first. And that is unfortunate.
Oh, what'd I miss?
We're going to see the Bounty Hunter in trouble here at the top of Spirit Breaker.
Radiant's bottom
He's got the
tower
invis
is
off,
being
so it should be
attacked.
okay.
He's away.
Is this part of
I
an
really think it'd be
elaborate
worth for the
trap you're
Spirit
going
Breaker to
spring
pick
on
up
them
some
later? Because
dust.
it looks
Just,
like they're
it's
in
especially
falling form.
Spirit Breaker is so good against the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah.
Nature's Prophet who's in push mode with that Shadow Blade. You get up, you're dust, you charge, you can take him down. And this is
Yeah,
a big
there's
rotation up top. This Spirit Breaker is well out of position. If they get the
Yeah,
stun,
he
should be
has
fine.
the charge up, so he needs to get the stun off so he doesn't charge
And there's a
out.
Crystal Maiden.
Yeah, against the cross, yeah. Okay, well,
Oh, that's
stun
way too
stacking
good.
there. But he's going to go down.
It's yeah, exactly. See the stun stacking. Had they got those stuns timed perfectly, they wouldn't have had to waste that ult there.
It's a good pick up though.
But they're
Good
kind of
breaker, I
they're
think,
settling.
in this
Yeah,
game.
they're settling into
Sorry.
a rhythm now. But it still is. It's a huge upward climb for them. Taking the
The
Larendor's
Alchemist
item.
is, The Alchemist is slowly crawling back into the game, and I don't think Night Stalker is. You don't need to be worried about him too much. I think in the late game, he really turns into a bit of a meat shield, and also helping out his team with vision once he builds the Aghanims. But it doesn't look like he's going to go for the Aghanims in this game.
He's hovering around 4,000 gold. It's going to be interesting to see what he picks up now.
Radiant's top tower is being
Yeah, I mean,
attacked.
saving for buyback maybe. We're going to see Luna now push the
Radiant's top tower has
unprotected
fallen.
racks up top, and Kinsman is going to turn. I mean, what's Kinsman going to do here? We're going to see
We have
another
a big
TP in
TP
here.
Kinsman now, I kind of feel had Kinsman got off his frostbite there, they possibly could have locked down that Luna.
Yeah, I think the Luna could have gone aggressive there. As soon as she saw Crystal Maiden come in, she could have Lucent Beamed rather, and then Eclipsed. She's actually popped her Eclipse.
I don't know when she. That's quite recent. She's either that was
she
a
just
misclick.
did, she just did it there,
Dyer's middle
and that was the
tower is
misclick.
under
Yeah,
siege.
but I think,
Okay,
yeah,
it was a straight BKB onto this Night Stalker, which is the smart move.
But yeah, I think the Luna could have gone aggressive there, Lucent Beamed, and hit the Eclipse. Maybe you're wasting the Eclipse for just a Crystal Maiden. Perhaps that could be argued. We're going to see a charge now in the
Yeah, this is going to be dangerous.
Bounty Hunter. They've got a Sentry Ward.
And it does.
He's going to go in.
Yeah.
Well,
It's
that
not
was a
what they
Spirit
needed.
Breaker. That was a Spirit Breaker with the dust. I think he got a bit fed up of charging Bounty Hunter and not having vision.
He has picked up the Ags on the Spirit Breaker now. I don't know whether I necessarily agree with this. I do like an actual
Dyer's
Mordegon's
middle
Armlet
tower
on the
is
Spirit
under
Breaker. I think
attack.
that makes him a little bit more effective.
Put it in old ink. Dyer's middle tower
Yeah,
has
I
been
mean,
destroyed.
I don't think you want to stack Mordigans with the Mask of Madness. I think you want to go
Dyer's middle
one or
tower
the
is
other
being
and then
attacked.
pick up, because they're both really mid-game items, and then you
Yeah.
want to pick some kind of a bigger, maybe like a BKB or something like that.
Personally, I never build a Mordegon's on a Spirit Breaker. I just find that it
Dyer's middle
diminishes
tower
his
is
tank
being
ability,
attacked.
whereas Mordegon's I think is more effective. The Mask of Madness is great if you're going against someone like a Weaver or a Nature's Prophet, whereas you can catch them off guard, you can pop your Mordigans, and you're doing huge damage so quickly that even if they have an escape, even if the Weaver does try to time lapse,
He's going to charge
he's locked
into the
out.
base here. Storm Spirit's going to come in as well. BKB up on the Alchemist. Another great trap by the walls. The Storm Spirit's just going to come out.
This is a great turn. And this Luna is coming in with no Eclipse.
Yeah.
She is way out of
Pop the
position.
BKB, she's going to die here.
That's a waste of a charge. That's more gold going towards their way.
Yeah, that was an insane dive. There was no need to dive that far.
And they're going to catch this this Bane. It's definitely the safer option is the Bane. This Storm Spirit can't get out.
Yeah,
He's
Storm
gone.
Spirit should be fine. They could continue chasing here with the Night Stalker. Knight's going to be up in 3 seconds though.
Oh, and
Storm
this is a
Spirit's
mad
gonna
move by
turn.
this is a mad move. And he's after running out of mana, and he's gone. And this is they need to turn. They need to take down this beast of a Night
Yeah,
Stalker.
John's got his stun up. He should start channeling his stun now and hit him once BKB comes off.
And he needs to channel. He needs to just take the damage. There we go. That's what they needed. That is what. That's a full team wipe for 2 heroes, 3. The Bounty Hunter I think came back up during that.
Yeah, I mean that was an insane dive. The Spirit Breaker charged past the mid tier 3 into
Radiant's
the
top
tier
tower is
4s.
being attacked.
And then there
Luna.
was it was a crazy dive. And now we see the gold is finally starting to come onto Alchemist. He has his Hyperstone coming up. I feel he's going to go for a Mjolnir first.
Going to see another charge here on the Bounty Hunter. There is a dust up, but the Bounty Hunter is quite alone.
Radiant's bottom tower
Yeah, this
being
should
attacked.
be a kill here for the Spirit Breaker.
This is the hardest part of being an impartial announcer.
He has
See,
popped.
see,
He's
see,
popped that Mask of Madness. And what can the Bounty Hunter do? His main
Gonna
escape. He needs to be invisible.
So we're going to see a roach here now by the J-Meister. No one else is coming in here. Okay, we're going to see a 4-staff from Kinsman. Kinsman's going to help. Don't know about this. I mean, it hasn't been spotted out. They have no wards.
I think what they actually did there, and I'm not 100% sure, I think they went here and they 4-staffed the Alchemist in, and
Yeah.
then they waited and they 4-staffed in the Crystal Maiden, which is a good technique. It means that they're
No,
free.
he's
They can see what's
charging
going on.
his stun here. And he's been hit by Rosh. He's going to...
Oh, he's after
Oh
killing
my
himself.
god.
And this is unless they take it down, this is going to be a turn.
Insane by the Alchemist. Absolutely no reason whatsoever. It's a
I
charge
would
of
love to
stun
know
here.
what he was thinking. If he thought the possibility that someone was going to come in, and this is a pick
know
up on
it-
the silencer.
You could see Kinsman hit the Lincolns on... And Larndor now is just going to...
Oh, and this is a huge trap. Huge trap.
Decision.
Like I feel now he needs to pop up and he needs to turn
Oh,
on
he's
that
got
ult.
ult though. That's a great ult to get out of the traps.
He's still in range.
Then a good shackle is going to die. Good pick off there.
I want to know what that alchemist was thinking. That's a huge mistake. He threw his life away there.
Yeah, I mean, there was absolutely no reason to use the stun there. In fairness, he was a bit unfortunate to get that bash just before it was going to come off. But even so, why you're charging a stun there, I don't know. Even
so, I'm pretty sure with Roshan, the way that it works is if you're standing behind Roshan, it's going to focus its aggro on you. Whereas had he just simply stood behind the Kinsman on the Crystal Maiden, he would have been fine.
Yeah.
And we do see a Bloodstone up on this Storm Spirit. It's a very late Bloodstone, but it's still such an effective item on him. And at the rate that they're getting kills, he should be able to get huge charges up on that.
Yeah, I mean, with the Storm Spirit, I think, forgetting the charges for a second, just as... Okay, we're going to see him go on the bounty.
And that's better. That's straight in Orchid, and that's the bounty gone.
Yeah, it's a great pick off of it. But the Bloodstone is a really good for the mana, and Storm Spirit is someone who always needs mana. I mean, you can see the mana on him now is 1,804.
And look at quick, that's going to 28, nearly 30 mana per second.
Yeah,
he's going to be full, he's going to be ready to go again.
He should have no problem with Ball Lightning. And it does go well with the Orchid, where solo kills will get you charges.
Now this is one of the... I've noticed that a lot of Spear Breakers do that. I find it lazy. He's sitting in base, he's waiting for an engagement, but he's so far away. He's going to either get there too late, or...
Here comes the charge.
Yeah. And now what's going to happen is they pull back. Dire have pulled back. Radiant are still sitting out here. So is this Spirit Breaker, is he just using his charge to get into position? Is he actually going to go in? Are they going to follow him in? It's a madness if they decide to go in on this.
Bounty Hunter is down.
And he's pulled out.
But the wards are up. Global Silence is up.
Yeah. The only problem is that they have such quick outs, they have such instant ults. If Luna gets off that Eclipse before the Silence, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, I think what's going to happen though is you're going to see a Spirit Breaker or a Storm Spirit come in and engage, and that's when Silencer has. We're going to see an Invis now on the...
And this, he needs to take on this Luna. Oh, and the Fiend's Grasp, huge. But the Bane broke it. The Silence broke it. That's it, and that's a perfect Silence.
Going to town here, and here comes the Eclipse.
Oh, he needs to take down that Luna. He needs to take down that Luna.
Double kill.
Yeah, they're going to die fast, I think.
Dire's bottom barracks is being attacked. Dire's bottom barracks
Oh,
is falling.
jeez, it's made back into the base. I don't think there's much the Dire can do here to stop
Plus,
this.
they're like, Radiant can simply just casually just walk out.
Yeah, and they're going to turn here the Alchemist. They
And
should
the
get it down.
Oh!
Oh, good kill.
Oh, and he's gone. Now, I don't see how did the Night Stalker see that Alchemist there. The Alchemist had used the Shadow Blade. He was invisible.
Was he?
He just managed to pop. That's how he managed to stay alive. That's how the Shadow or the Storm Spirit didn't do the damage to him.
Let's watch and see what happens.
Now, taking a look at that last engagement, what I feel what's happening to the Dire here is that because these heroes are so mobile, because they can pop in and out, they can move around so quickly and so effectively. I don't know if you noticed there, in that engagement, the only one focusing one hero was the Alchemist. Everyone else had kind of lost their heads. They didn't know who to go on. And it was panic.
Yeah, I mean, the Serpent Wars did a lot of work in that fight. They were putting some serious damage out on everyone. But I mean, once you've got heroes now with BKBs. So really, you can't lock down any of this massive movement. We're going to see a charge here from the Spirit Breaker on the side.
I think at this stage, if they get down that tower there, there's going to be Spirit Breakers just going to be all over them.
Yeah, and again, Silencer. He got the global silence off, but I mean, it's not going to last the length of a team fight anymore.
Yeah. Taking a look at this as well, the Bane, I'm assuming this is the Bane that's done this very good ward up here. It gives vision, it means that they can engage, the Spirit Breaker can pull up if he needs to.
Yeah.
And that's a great position because nobody's going to ward there.
We're going to see a charge here now, bottom of the Bounty Hunter. Dust is popped, but he's so
and
far in here. Yeah,
you can see now that's and this is a huge pickup, and everyone survived. Now we can just see how good that Desolator was there.
Yeah, the J-Meister actually had popped his stun for the Spirit Breaker, but the Spirit Breaker melted before the stun came out, but luckily there was a Storm Spirit.
Oh, they don't know that they have vision. And we have this Bane, looks to be building a BKB as well. This Bane, I'd say, is having such... Oh, and there's the Rapier.
Oh my god. A Night Stalker Rapier. Well, this has got very interesting.
Yeah. This, I don't know, let me see this Alchemist. Alchemist needs... he's not going to know. He needs to have a spot available. He has to get that out. He has to get it.
Yeah, this could massively turn. I mean, fair enough, a Night Stalker is tanky, but I mean, he doesn't attack that fast. His right click's going to do a lot of damage now, but he doesn't attack that fast. He will go down quite fast once his DKB is down. We're going to see a pick up here now on the silencer, but BBC football experts there. Stun's coming off. He's good.
Oh,
he's getting
hit by
hit by He should be fine.
the Bane is coming in. He's hasted in. Coming in with the mech. I don't know if it was worth it.
It's going to come down. It's a great sentry play.
It's a bit too risky by that Bane. He didn't need to be there. And this Spear Breaker, his favourite target is Larendor.
In the trees. Don't think they spotted him. No, they haven't.
They still don't know about this rapier. That's gonna go. Oh, and he's dropped it.
What?
Is that a precaution? Has he? Did he? Did he buy it by accident?
He went to buy Radiance. Yeah.
He bought it by
He
accident.
went to buy Radiance. Yeah.
At least,
Dire's
smart
middle
decision.
tower is
Leave it
under
in
siege.
base.
In fairness to him, yeah, he identified that he should not be having a rapier right now. But that's huge. I mean, that's a lot of gold completely wasted. I mean, that he's losing his demon. Not only is he losing the relic there, but he's also losing the demon edge that he had throughout the whole game. You see an Orchid
I
picked
can't
up
see
on
how.
the Bounty Hunter.
Yeah.
He's thinking about going on the Spirit Breaker then bot. There's going to be a rotation. They should get him. The Orchid's come out. Stun's going to come out.
Great stun. Yeah, I like what he's doing here. I like the Orchid. I like the Desolator, and especially that Medallion of Courage.
Yeah, it's an interesting decision because he only really has one magical attack, and that's his Shuriken Toss, which damage is okay, but at this level it's not that much. But really, I think he's just using it as another lockdown. It is interesting though to see it picked up on an agility hero rather than an int hero.
But the only thing now on Orchid Malevolence is that it's not purely just magic damage. It's just it amplifies damage by 30%. So it still is. Yeah. It's not similar to Veil of Discord, which is great on, let's say, like an int hero.
Storm's going to come in. Yeah,
In service.
This Storm Spirit has been all over the map. He has great map awareness, and he's been in and out. He's getting the kills.
Yeah. He's
Taking a look at the kills at the moment. Leading it is the Storm Spirit with 13-9.
The Rapier's been picked up by the Night Stalker. He's picked it up. He has it. He says, "You know what? I'm not gonna waste a relic and a demon edge. I'm gonna put this to work."
And this could be the nail in the coffin. The Bounty Hunter is down. That's a huge source of DPS that's gone.
Yeah.
The Spirit Breaker is going to go in. I'm pretty sure they're just going to go balls out. They're going to go straight in here.
No, you
Oh,
can
he
pulse
pulls
out
out.
again. Oh, this would be a huge pickup here. To get the stun off before the BKB.
Oh, huge. There we go.
He's gonna get the BKB.
Now the only problem is
Storm Spirit.
now it's been revealed.
Love
Radiance.
But by the Night Stalker, it's insane. The way
Dominating. Double.
Now they know.
negative.
I wouldn't be surprised to see if they just push and they could possibly win here.
I don't think they've known. They haven't seen the Rapier, otherwise the wards definitely would have continued on the Night Stalker and not the Spirit Breaker.
Oh, and he's so low. If only John knew.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
John,
It's
He needs to
probably
click
his
on that
combo
Night
here.
Stalker. He needs to hit that Night Stalker. And that's John gone. And
Damage.
they have to know. They have
yeah,
to
they know now.
Listen for the wind.
A Bounty Hunter, I don't even know what he's doing there. After finding out that the Night Stalker's doing that much damage, still going in.
Dire's middle tower has been destroyed.
And look at the damage from those glaives. He's not even near the enemy team, and they're already bringing him
Dire's
down to
middle
nearly half
barracks
health.
has fallen.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of that engagement, I think they did the right thing. They went on the Luna, who was separated, but unfortunately they just didn't have the damage to bring her down quick enough, and then it was just a matter of coming in from behind for the
Dire's
Radiant
top
and picking
barracks
up the
has
kills.
fallen. Radiant has spawned
Definitely,
mega creeps.
definitely. And that seems to be the
Dire's
GG
middle
out.
tower
I
is
don't
under
think they're going to be
siege.
defending here. That came completely out of left field, that Divine Rapier. They had no way of knowing.
No,
Dire's
I mean, I
middle
don't think
tower
he was
is
the
under
difference. I
attack.
think they would have taken that fight anyway. But certainly it was final nail in the coffin. Gonna see a bit of defense coming out here though. Luna wisely
And Luna is coming in.
Just gonna turn on this.
Oh,
and
and this is going to be huge damage. Although,
a good pipe. The pipe
Yeah.
feels like now.
but this is going to be a charge in now, and this is going to clean up.
That was a great decision there to pop the pipe there by
Yeah.
Kenson.
Oh! Looking back at this game, the golden experience charts, they've never gone into the Dire's favour.
No.
And it's... We were saying, we were looking at the start of this game, the Radiant went greedy, it worked.
Yeah, it did. We're going to see a pick up here now from the Spirit Breaker on the bounty.
Yeah.
But he might pay for this.
At this
Stone's gonna
stage,
come out.
it's pennies.
Yeah, the game's pretty much wrapped up. But yeah, I think just the tri lane just didn't work. They didn't time their stuns properly. They got aggressive far too early. They should have waited for a level 2. And I think they completely lost the tri lane then, because they fed a lot of kills at the start. And then really the rotations from the Storm Spirit massively helped. They completely shut down the Alchemist throughout the first like 20 to 25 minutes of this
As
game.
the Night Stalker's just soloing the Roshan here to himself, but he has no slots. You can see the... Oh, and he's just gonna leave us.
the Aegis.
Oh,
Might see a
and
Bane pick it up.
yeah, that's pivotal right there. Taking a look back up, I know this game kind of winds down. That tri-lane that was coming out from the Radiant, very unconventional, but when you think about it in comparison what they were going up against, they had a Spirit Breaker, they had a Luna and a Bane against an Alchemist, a Crystal Maiden, and a Shadow Shaman. Now,
Dire's
that's
middle tower
a
is
tri-lane
being
there
attacked.
for the Dire, but for the Radiant it wasn't. But what they did have, they had meat. That Spirit Breaker took so much damage, and they made so many issues. They were focusing the wrong hero every time, and they switched so many times, which
Yeah.
I think that's what caused the issue. Bane has so much survivability, and the fact is that he can steal health with his Brain Snap. You don't see that on the Crystal Maiden or the Shadow Shaman, and it was attrition really. They were just forced down. They just took so much damage.
Yeah, I mean, I still think that if they had focused their attacks and picked the right guys and stunned the same person, they would have taken them, because fair enough, they're hard to kill, they're tanky, but at level 2 and level 3, your skills do just so much damage, especially the Ether Shock and stuff like that. So I think the tri-lane was definitely...
We're not going to see. I thought we might have seen a Night Stalker come down there, but unfortunately it was just locked out.
Dire's
I think the tri-lane was definitely in the favour of the Dire. They just didn't execute it properly.
Yeah, definitely.
And then after that, I mean, that didn't lose them the game. I think what lost them the game was the constant ganking on the Alchemist by the Storm Spirit, by the Spirit Breaker, and he just didn't get going until far too late.
Even the fact is, the Alchemist he can catch up so quickly, but he didn't get the chance to. The only problem is they've nothing to back him up. He can put out so much damage. Fair enough, you get one hit from a bounty hunter. You have a silencer who can do some good spell damage, and he does have some good right click, but he was shut down completely. He didn't have the items.
Yeah. I mean, they couldn't. I don't think they identified quickly enough just how focused the Radiant were on the Alchemist, and not just how focused they were, but also how quick they could get to him. And then really once he died, like, I mean, you can see right now he has 11 deaths in this game. For an Alchemist, that's absolutely huge, and I reckon a good 70% of them are in the first 25 minutes of the game.
Now, if you just take a look at the deaths, the highest death goes to the Spirit Breaker, and I'm putting this because he played a crazy game. He charged in so deep when he didn't need to.
Mad dives, yeah, absolutely crazy dives. I think
100%.
he did well at the start, but he was one of the main culprits of the turnaround by the Dire once they started 5-manning. They still tried to gank, especially the Spirit Breaker, and you can't just charge into 4 or 5 people. You're going to get nuked down, and he just didn't really cop it. I think the Storm Spirit kind of, after a while, he began to cop it and he stopped doing it, and then the Radiant started the 5-man, but the Spirit Breaker just kept charging, and he was punished for it.
Definitely. We are going to leave it there. I have unfortunately been kicked out of the client, but that was our first cast. It's been myself, Gus, and Quane who's been commentating on this match between some of the guys from the Secret Forum. But thanks very much for listening, and we'll see you again soon for another cast.
Thanks.